Herb is not a gateway drug. It's not even a drug. It's not a gateway drug, and it never been one. Happy now. Peace and love, y'all. Now is the vibrate, you know what I'm saying? We not too far in the past, not too far in the future. You know, we vibing right now. Now is the vibrate. You know, thinking about that old hoopla. I don't know why that shit struck across my brain, you know what I'm saying? But I thought about that little old notion of, oh yeah, marijuana's a gateway drug. And I thought about what I always been telling people, and I'm like, I never made a video really talking about this. But the real gateway drug, what I always tell people, and it really is the kind of like commonly first gateway drug, you know, the real gateway drug is Dimetapp, or the cough syrup that you used to get as a little kid. That right there is the gateway drug in all of our lives. If you want to look for something that started us looking for, you know, looking for alternative moods, you know, or alternative feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first thing that put our foot in the door, basically, you know what I'm saying? Either that, or unless, matter of fact, equally, especially being from the South, where you get that little whiskey. Oh, you got that bad cough, this and that, baby. Here, look, we can do a little whiskey and honey and, you know, take that. Get that influence. And matter of fact, like I saw Brethren bring up, you know what I'm saying? Like, drugs is one of them type of things, you know, whether it's drugs or you got your herb, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, because herb is not a drug. But like you got these different things, you know what I'm saying? Where you could connect spiritually off of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, you got somebody, you know, let's say Aleister Crowley, you know, with the heroin and stuff, like, you know, connected, and he did a lot of, you know, bad things, a lot of negative things with what he was doing, but he used heroin to connect, and yes, it ate up his body and this and that, but he did connect through getting, you know, on that dimension, on that vibrational level, you know what I'm saying? Or just like a brethren brought up that he knew a crackhead who could smoke some crack, you know what I'm saying? And he'd be knowing like some premonition type of shit, like knowing what's going on in the cosmos and things of this nature. Oh, like something in my beard, or just shine. But you know, like from doing drugs and all this, you know, you could get that little heightened, you know, sense of, how can I say, you could get that heightened sense of vibratory frequency, or a heightened sense of, like, you know, so I'm trying to use a big ass word. But you could be receptive to vibrations that's not from this dimension by using any type of drugs. Now, is that saying that, you know, because I tell people, there's no black and white area, you know, as far as like, well, you have to be completely like, oh, drugs are just completely horrible, you know what I'm saying? Or not doing drugs is completely the way to do it, you know? No, it's no black and white area. It's a gray area, you know what I'm saying? Some people could connect with that and not be addicted. Some people could be addictive. You know, it is bad for your body. So that's not saying, oh yeah, to go connect, do some heroin or smoke some crack, you know, because you're going to lose your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a taboo behind it, but it is a fact that some people can connect on these levels. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether you want to lose your body behind that type of connection, that's up to you. Me, I'd rather meditate and connect that type of way. But I don't want to get too far off the subject. We're talking about gateway drugs. And basically, how, like, you know, that Dimetapp that you first got as a little kid, because I remember this, like, you know, and I'm an indigo kid, so as a young age, I always kind of had an idea of what was going on. And I remember, like, getting that first little serving of, you know, cough syrup and stuff, and sitting down watching cartoons, and then all of a sudden my little eyes kind of got a little lowered, and I'm kind of feeling kind of good, like the sofa getting comfortable, and feel like I'm sinking in it. You know, it look like I'm starting to see 2 Bugs Bunnies instead of one. You know, I'm just like, man, you know, matter of fact, to show you, you know, that first codeine, and that too, that's close to codeine and heroin too. You know, cough syrup, you know, that type of, and then too, this, I'm born in 87. So this before all these provisions about, you know, all these little FDA things about having alcohol in the cough syrup and stuff. This came later. So this the cough syrup that, you know, before they started really seeing how really bad it was, and really like, all right, let's tone this shit up a little bit, you know. But you know, and two, like, I'm sitting down, I'm just feeling good, and I'm understanding, like, all right, mama gave me this cough syrup. I started, you know, feeling good, and these cartoons started looking all crazy, like, you know, I want some more of that. To the point of my first time understanding that, trying to sip some when nobody was looking. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the dynamic of a kid's brain of just trying to learn and shit. Cause like I remember, like, after that, it was like, all right, how can I get in that cabinet and get some more of this cough syrup stuff? I want to drink some more of this, you know what I'm saying, and just be in the zone. I had an understanding of that, and it's like we talking about, just to give an idea of age range, like, you know, between 5 to 7 years old, you know, 5 to 8 maybe. But having that understanding, like, well, all right, almost like like how they do little, you know, laboratory experiments on these rats, where, you know, the rat know to press this certain button to get that stuff that he liked from earlier. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. I'm like, all right, I know I gotta go to that cabinet and get that medicine to get that feeling that I had earlier. You know, so I'm trying to go press that button to get some more of that medicine. You know, but basically that's what was happening. Like, I would try to sneak, and been knowing how to do that little child-proof, you know, opening stuff. And then, matter of fact, I remember my mom kind of suspected, like, you know, like, oh no, that cough syrup moving kind of fast, you know. And they got on to me, but that was the thing, like, that was the gateway. And then after experiencing that cough syrup, then it's by default, because this how whole system break down the fuck over you off of something that's just a regular herb. You know, they know herb is not harmful to you, and they made it illegal. So in your mind, you know, when you want to first step out there, you know what I'm saying, like, even then I kind of knew that, yeah, it was cool to mess with that cough syrup, but at the same time I could possibly kill myself dealing with this, you know what I'm saying. But the first, you know, so the reason why, you know, they may see, they tried to label, for one, that's a label that they tried to give herb, and plus two, you know, it gets that label because it's one of the first unharmful type of, you know, psychoactive type of things you could come across. You know what I'm saying? The less harmful psychoactive type of herb, you know, or type of, you know, I don't want, like I say, not no drug, but something that could alter your mind state psychoactively. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing you could come across, and it's less harmful. So by default, all of us gonna tend to go, you know, in that area. You know, we're gonna try to go to the area that's not going, you know, not gonna kill us. And at that point, even as bad as the propaganda they were trying to make on it, they hadn't had any propaganda or nothing. They couldn't forcefully say it killed people, you know, which they probably tried with the little monkey experiment, like just overpowering them with smoke and saying that the marijuana smoke kill them. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, the herb, you know, is the first thing you could get your hands on. So that's why they kind of, you know, call that the gateway drug, you know, because it's like, all right, we're going to make this illegal, you know what I'm saying? Everybody going to run to it because it's kind of like the little first non-harmful thing you could do, you know. We're going to make that illegal, and then we're going to let people get full of this alcohol and tobacco that kills and causes cancer. Because that makes sense in this sane society. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But that's how marijuana get that bad rap, you know, for that gateway stuff, you know. Like, so after experiencing that cough syrup, you know, the first thing that you could really get your hands on that's easy, you know, just dealing with, I know I'm from Opelousas, man, our whole town, you know, within the bases of our town, like, it's almost like no way for you not to grow up in the hood or in a poor area, you know what I'm saying? So even if your parents tried to, you know, shelter you, they trying to shelter you in an environment that's around you all day, every day. And it's almost impossible to be sheltered living, in some of the neighborhoods in Middle Opelousas. But, the first thing that's easy to get your hands on is some herb, you know what I'm saying? And which on a whole another level, like it being from a city and a town like that, which that's why I want to get my story out there too, so I could help, cities like that change and help them progress. Because, I mean, at the most point, shit, from an early age, shit, on the slick side, you could get your hands on most anything, at a young age, you know what I'm saying? From some crack to a gun to whatever, And that's not, but I don't want to get into that vibration, but at the same time, it's just facts, just dealing with the whole situation with the gateway drugs and stuff like that. And what's, in your environment, what's attainable, but that's the thing, like, marijuana is the first little easy grab you could grab at, for most of us, no matter whether you, a white person in the suburbs or wherever you at, black person in the hood, Chinese person in China, wherever. Like, it's just that first little thing you could grasp onto. And then two, they already knew that it had, that it wasn't harmful and that it was a way to connect and open your mind. So that's another reason, like I said, propaganda, where they forcefully want to make it seem like a bad thing so they could chase people away from it. Because, if somebody want to control your mind and control you, the last thing they want you to do is partake in something that's going to, open up your mind and make you realize that, you're in a slave-like system and that somebody's trying to fuck over you. The last thing that a government would want you to do is smoke something or partake in something that would open your eyes. Which that has to do with DMT and mushrooms too, which DMT produced in your own brain. So technically, I mean, I'm just basically a walk-in arrest right now. Like, legally, I guess the police could arrest me because I'm in possession of DMT right now. I mean, literally, so am I, just a walk-in, like, I don't know how that go, and that goes to show you how much, you look at the system and how much it doesn't make sense, and when people like us, the open-minded people, the indigo kids and all this, you start to realize that we're not being crazy. We just analyzing things with a true, real practicality. Dealing with things from a spiritual aspect, and looking at the real sanity and insanity of situations, and understand, like, man, if you live like this is gonna happen. Or, there's just certain things, But that gateway drug thing it just needs to stop right here with this video. God dang it. If y'all watch this video from here on out, y'all spread the word that it was that cough syrup that they gave us as little kids. That was that first gateway drug. And don't get me wrong, everybody different. Like, fuck, your parents coulda, and I'm not, but you coulda got hit with some type of other drug, coming up. But I'm just talking about majority, of us. That was the situation. Well, first thing was something from the doctor or something from at home, or not say from at home, but from the doctor, or dealing with, matter of fact, Big Pharma. Matter of fact, that's the beginning of them getting that ball rolling for them to start bringing in them big bucks. Because once they get you as a little kid on the diamond tap, it rolls into other things. The next thing you know, you going back and forth to the doctor, and you're dying before 70 years old before you could get your retirement little Social Security pension. Because the government pushed it up to 70 because they got all kind of stuff out there to kill you before 70. They know you ain't going to make it. That's why they keep it at 70. Little stuff like that you should notice and just be like, all right, maybe we should open our eyes and change this. But peace and love, oxytocin. Happy now. Y'all stay in the moment. Not too far in the past, not too far in the future. Right now, now is the vibrate. We vibrate now,